Are you wondering what it's like to collect the very first set to have collector boosters as a master set? Well, look no further. This is the master set breakdown. Welcome on in, Dragonfolk. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I know I am. My name is Ashen Wings, and today we are going to be going into, well, as you can probably tell, a master set breakdown for Throne of Eldraine. Now, Throne of Eldraine was the very first set to be released for Magic the Gathering that actually had collector boosters. This is the set that started it all. So, we are going to go ahead and take a look to see what exactly a master set for this looks like and where to even find all of the cards that you might need to get for this. Now, it also turns out that Throne of Eldraine even had a deluxe collector's edition that was printed for the set. It ran about 10 to 11,000 units back when this was first printed and sold out in a matter of a couple hours. But lucky for us, we don't have to collect that because nothing in there is actually part of the master set other than one promo, which will cost you pretty much nothing. Now, of course, when I mean master set, I mean master set. We are looking at every promo, pre-release, borderless, art drawn by your 2-year-old niece card. Every single thing you can think of is what we are looking to get for this master set. We did also just make a video in regards to the Innistrad Crimson Vow master set. So if you did want to go check out those results up there, feel free to click the link in the top right corner. But hopefully we'll see whether or not Throne of Eldraine is cheaper. But spoiler alert, it's not. So I'm going to go ahead and split this into 3 different categories as far as the collecting portion of this goes. We're going to go ahead and start off with the beginner collection. Then we'll move on to the advanced collection and the master collection, the master set, if you would. So the beginner section being probably the cheapest way for you to enjoy the set of Throne of Eldraine as it was normally intended, without a lot of the flair or anything of the sort. The advanced section is going to be going over a lot of the additional cards in the collection numbered set, as well as going over any kind of interesting, arts and variants that are going to be within the set itself. Then the master set is going to contain everything. All the promos, all the pre-release cards, all the special secret box arts or buy a box cards, any of that stuff is going to tie the bow on top of the present, so to say, and make the set complete. But of course, I wanted to make another disclaimer before we go ahead and start this collection video. Please do not begin your journey into collecting entire sets of Magic the Gathering cards if you do not have your finances in order. Please make sure you are putting money into savings accounts, putting money into 401ks or retirement plans. Make sure that all your bills are paid. Make sure you've got no debts. And this will be a much easier process for you. I promise you, these cards are going to be around for some time. And while over time they may increase in price, you will more than likely always be able to find these on the market for at least a good 10 years now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the master set breakdown for Throne of Eldraine. Throne of Eldraine is an awesome set based on Mother Goose fantasy. Even some Disney references can be made to these cards as well. But overall, the art is fantastic and there are some really solid hits as far as powerful cards go. The main set of Throne of Eldraine is a total of 269 cards. This number can be found at the bottom left of the card, and you'll also know what card number you have out of 269 when looking down there as well. All 269 cards can be found in foil and non-foil, so to complete this beginner section of the master set, we will need one of every card in foil and in non-foil, which equals out to be 538 cards total. The non-foil set of these cards will cost you around $192, and the main set in foil will cost you around $305. This means after taxes and shipping, you may be looking at around $500 for the entire beginner collection of Throne of Eldraine, which is a pretty high number. Now, to be clear, these prices are based on the near mint prices on TCGPlayer at the time of recording, so if you're watching this in the future, this number may be completely different. Now we move on to the more advanced section of Master Set collecting in 2022, the variants. While there were plenty of variants in other sets prior to Throne of Eldraine, this set defined the future of Magic and the direction in how sets were designed. Plenty of variants to choose from, and even now 3 years later, we are feeling the effects of this. Why does one card need to be printed 8 times? I just don't understand. With the addition of the variants, this set's collection number jumps from 269 to 397. So we gotta get the rest of the cards to make up those numbers. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the borderless cards, since they are next on the list. There are only 3 borderless cards in this set, all of them being the Planeswalkers. The non-foil set of borderless cards goes for $32, and the foil set goes for $93. That's a huge jump in price. That huge jump in price is due to Oko Thief of Crowns foil being a $72 card. Next, let's take a look at the showcase cards. All of the cards that contain the new adventure mechanic were given a showcase treatment, making them look like a storybook of sorts. There are 30 showcase cards, each of them in foil and non-foil. This brings the total amount we need to 60 cards. The non-foil set of showcase cards goes for $32, while the foil set goes for $102. Again, another huge jump. This is due to Brazen Borrower being a $69 card. Nice. Now, there weren't any Commander decks released with this set, but there were a few Planeswalker and Brawl decks released, and each of those contained cards only found in those products, so we have to take a look at those. There were 2 Planeswalker decks, one for Rowan and one for Oko. Each one contained 5 new cards each, which gave us 10 cards to collect. There are also non-foil versions of Oko and Rowan, so add those up and we have 12 Planeswalker deck cards. Together, all 12 cards cost around $6.50. Not too bad. May even want to pick yourself up the actual Precon decks, if you feel up to it. Then we have the Brawl decks. Brawl was a format that pretty much stayed on Arena, although I do see a few LGS are holding events for them every now and again. Throne of Eldraine gave us 4 individual Brawl decks, each of them having some pretty decent cards in them. Now, if you wanted to, you could pick up a full set of the Brawl decks for about $150 after taxes. Or, you could just buy the 24 cards we need for the set. The only cards that got a foil treatment are the Mythics, and there are 4 of those. The non-foil Brawl cards come out to 20 cards, which makes 24 cards total for all of the Brawl cards needed for the set. The non-foil cards cost $43, and the foils cost $29, making it $72 for the full set. Definitely cheaper than buying all 4 decks if Brawl doesn't interest you. And now we hit the big kahuna of the set, the extended art cards. A reminder that extended art cards can only be found in collector's packs, so they are a bit more expensive, and more so now that a collector box is going for about $300. There are 58 extended art cards, each having a foil version, bringing them up to 116 for the set. For the non-foil, you're looking at a price tag of $354, which is pretty steep, but nothing compared to the foil versions. An entire set of extended arts in foil will cost you $1,140. It is insane to me how much these extended art foils have gone up in price compared to the ones that we see now in newer sets. This is a huge leap and the largest portion of the collection price-wise, so if you need to wait until these possibly go down, or until you're just ready to get them, then I'd make this my last pickup, considering the Great Henge in extended art foil is going for $250 right now. Now that the real expensive stuff is out of the way, let's finish this collection up with some promos. There is a buy a box promo that comes in foil and non-foil, the bundle promo, which is in foil, and 5 dark frame promos coming in foil and non-foil from the promo packs given out at the LGSs. Altogether, you're looking at around $28 for the entire set of foil and non-foil promos. Finally, finishing off your main collector set of Throne of Eldraine. But what exactly do we need to obtain a true master set? Well, you'd need the pre-release cards and the tokens, of course. So let's get the tokens out of the way since they're super easy. There are 20 tokens available, each one in non-foil. Your total for the tokens is going to be $8, so that's a quick pickup. Then we have the pre-release cards. All of these cards are date stamped in foil, so no variation here. With 68 cards in the set, you're looking at around $335 for the entire set. Obviously, any list that has the Great Henge in it is going to be pricey. Now finally, after all the suffering, after all of that collecting, trading, selling, and schmoozing, you finally have what at least I would consider a master set of Throne of Eldraine. This list comes out to be 852 cards total, and your final price of your collection coming out to be $2,700. This is almost $1,000 more than collecting Crimson Vow right now, which came out to be $1,850 in our last video. This is definitely a huge undertaking and will definitely be a rough collection to achieve, but hey, at least it's not Legends, right? Throne of Eldraine has put its mark on top of the leaderboard for most expensive master set that we've done here on the channel, and it's obvious why. The Great Henge and Oko were driving forces for the price of this set. If you removed every instance of the Great Henge and Oko Thief of Crowns from this master set, you'd end up saving almost $750 from the collection. It's insane to think that just 2 cards in multiple variants, meaning they were printed many, many times, would end up costing so much is crazy to me. But I guess that's what happens when the cards are not only really, really good, but also are from a set that was, what most believe to be, short printed due to the pan pizza. This was a lot of fun. I'm really, really happy I got to go over a set that I missed out on right when I was starting into Magic the Gathering, and it really opened my eyes to how much of a banger this set is. I mean, absolutely insane. There's obviously a reason why the sealed product is continuing to rise, and the singles seem to be also rising with it. So there are definitely a lot of really fantastic cards in here. The art is super cool. Although, if I'm being honest, I personally think that you may want to hold off on a few of these cards until, one, you can definitely afford them, or if you're looking just to get the cards themselves, well, we are actually returning to Eldraine in late 2023 with the Wilds of Eldraine set that is due to be released. So I cannot guarantee there will be a Great Henge reprint in there of sorts, but of course, the way things are being printed these days, who knows? Just know that we are going back to a Eldraine-based set. You may see some of these really expensive cards drop in value from the previous Throne of Eldraine set, simply because if they are reprinted already, you know, it's not a very far gap between when this set came out and when, you know, Wilds of Eldraine is happening. So we'll see what the reprints are in that set, but for right now, you may want to hold off on buying things like, the Great Henge extended art foil, because my gosh, that's expensive. But thank you all so much for watching this master set breakdown of Throne of Eldraine. I really hope you enjoyed this little descriptive detail of what you're looking for in Throne of Eldraine, how to completely master the entirety of the set, and honestly, I'm pretty sure I got everything from here, but I am only one person. So if you know of something that I did not list in this master set, please let me know in the comments down below. And you can also let me know what next set you want me to do a master set breakdown on. We are not specific to Magic the Gathering. I can also do a master set breakdown for things like Flesh and Blood too, if that's something up your alley. So let me know in the comments down below. I'd be happy to hear from you. While you're down there, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already. And I will see you all very soon. Nerd out.